Jasmine's Way, spelled Jana, pronounced Yana. I'm not even going to talk about the last name. But I'm in love with birthdays because my mom was known for always making birthdays like a big deal. When I was a little kid, one year in a bouncy castle, next year I had a princess party, next year I had whatever I wanted. My brother used to have huge basketball parties. So now whenever it's like anyone's birthday, it's a big deal. They need to get cake, they need to have candles, they need to have cards, gifts wrapped that look like beautiful creatures or anything. And yeah, and I love my birthday. September 18th, remember that.
I love my mom very much. She is like my best friend, and sometimes my only friend. But we have this thing called Mommy's Day every Sunday. It all started in grade 10, because she thought she was losing me. She sat me down after church. She's like, she thinks she's losing her only son, which I'm the only child, period. So I started to dedicate a Mommy's Day in grade 10, and it followed throughout now, and I'm in my 6th year of university. So every Sunday I go home. I live off campus. On campus, but I still go home every Sunday. I take her everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I go Coquitlam, Burnaby, Richmond, you name it, Granville Island, wherever she wants to go. Do whatever she wants to do. So yeah, I love her.
When I grew up, I want to be a teacher of everybody. I wanted to be a teacher since I can remember. I wanted to be a ballerina until I was about 6, but I've never taken a ballet class in my life. And then I realized I want to be a teacher and never let go. I can't wait to have my first class, and so excited.
I like to go into law. Help people immigrate to Vancouver. How ironic, because our class is about, Asian immigrants to Vancouver. But yes, I want to go into immigration law. Help all the Asians get to Vancouver. But yes, it's a very long and hard road because the LSAT sucks, and possibly the bar will as well. But you know how Asian people have very large extended families, and we all want to bring them here so we can celebrate Chinese New Year and Christmas.
I am second generation Filipino. My parents were both born in Manila in the Philippines. My dad was from a very poor neighborhood called Kundiman. I visited actually this summer. It's a terrible place, but his family decided to migrate, and my brother has 6 brothers and 1 sister, so they had to go one at a time. So my grandparents went first, and I believe with my aunt, because she was the only girl, and then the sons were going all at different times because some of them had graduated university already, some hadn't. So when my dad finished school in the Philippines, he came over here. He didn't come to Vancouver right away. He came to Calgary, where the rest of my family was. He was there for 2 years. He was already dating my mom. They sent letters back and forth. My mom still has like a book of all of his letters, every single one. And then he decided that he wanted to marry her, so he went back for her. It got engaged and got married within like 2 weeks or a week and a half, then brought her back over.
So my immigration story, I guess I could call myself a fop instead of a fob. But originally, we got here in 1989, a year after I was born, when I was 8 months old. How it all came to be is actually my parents and this was before I was born, tried to escape Vietnam during the communist reign, and it was actually, they tried to escape a few times. Per head to escape Vietnam is 3.5 ounces of gold, and so they did that numerous times, but they got busted by the cops. And finally one time they actually got on the boat and they made it out to the waters, but right before they hit international waters, they got busted, and my dad was sent to jail for 5 years and my mom for 6 months. He was in a concentration camp because he was a UN liaison officer that worked with Vietnam and France. So after that, I was born, and finally my uncle that lived in Vancouver was able to sponsor us.
We found it, I guess, interesting or ironic how some of the things in our lives are so similar, and how we've kind of experienced a lot of the same things even though we're from such different backgrounds.
Very true.
Like, I was raised by my dad and my brother for most of my life, and they've kind of taught me how to, I guess, act like a boy, like have a personality like a guy, like be really chill.
Act not like a girl.
Yeah, like don't cry too much, don't be clingy girlfriend, like, just really have an attitude of, like, come what may, like, you can make it through anything.
She knows a lot about sports, which is kind of scary, more so than I do.
I think I do know more than you.
I think so. Yeah, I was raised mostly by my mom. Well, most of my ethics and morale and stuff like that. And yeah, she taught me very much to be a advocate for women. She taught
adorable.
me, yeah, she taught me how to treat women well, respect them, and stuff like that. The culture that I have adapted coming to Vancouver, I'm very much assimilated into the Filipino culture because I went to a mainly Filipino school, lived with mainly Filipino people, and yeah, so like I know most of their traditions, and it's funny how I'm self-identified Vietnamese, but yet most people identify me as Filipino, and I just don't seem to mind that.
Obviously my whole family is Filipino, but my dad has had a long time girlfriend and now his wife, and she is, her heritage is German, but she's been brought up and mainly brought up here in Canada and in the US. So I think I've fallen under that category now. I have a lot of influence from her and from a lot of other people in my life that I love that I'm Filipino, but I guess identify with that culture as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess something that makes me who I am today was my mom passed away when I was 6, and she's always been known and been remembered as someone who's so caring and so loving and just so compassionate with anyone. And I feel like that has taught me that life doesn't matter like money or material things. What it's really about is, for me, I just want to be remembered for how I've helped other people and the influence I've had.
So what made me the way I am now is that my brother and sister passed away 2 years before I was born. So I had no idea what they were like. But my mom has informed me through the years, slowly exposing me to the story of what they were like. And I guess I've taken bits and pieces of their personality to be like them. But most of all, what I'm doing, or what I feel like my reason for my life here in Vancouver, is that I need to live the life that they didn't get a chance to live. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bye.